it on, we got a jam-packed day today. So we got to start off with some iced coffee and some gas, because we need a full tank where we're going. Heading north. New Hampshire is full of these little roadside attractions, these quirky little shops. And I love stopping at all of them. They're really cool. Oh, that's a pretty cool shirt. I have no clue what those are for. Oh man, that barbecue looks really tempting, but I have another plan for lunch today. Now when I'm in the Lakes region area, I need two things. One, I need James Taylor on the car stereo. And the second is lunch at Hart's Turkey Farm. It's like Thanksgiving here, 365 days a year, even on Christmas. Thanksgiving on Christmas. Check this out. On a busy day, Hart's Turkey Farm will serve more than a ton of turkey, 1,000 pounds of potatoes, 40 gallons of gravy, and 4,000 rolls. Wow. Oh man, they really changed the bar here inside of Hart's Turkey Farm. Look at this. This is awesome. Now, it's never a hard choice of what I'm going to get. It's always the same thing. Right up here, baby. All right, so here's the deal. You need to get the jumbo turkey, extra gravy, double mashed. You get these sweet corn biscuits with the maple syrup inside. Thank you so much. And most of this is going to go home with me. But it is so good. It's never bad. It's always good. Oh, this is so huge. This meal is too huge to eat. Definitely taking about half home with me. I didn't even put a dent in this meal. It's not even a quarter way through when I'm taking it home. Oh, so stuffed. Stuffing. All right, so 38 bucks. Great lunch. Got a lot of stuff to take home with me. Just to prove I didn't eat it all here. Now I gotta go burn off some of these calories. Where we're gonna go right now, I'm gonna need every single one of those. We're not going there. That's where the blue hairs are. Because we're going to Funspot. Okay. I want to go over the rules real quick before I walk into this awesome venue. No smoking, no food or drink, loitering, horseplay, profanity, or pets. Shirts, shoes, proper dress required. I think I can go in. $10. If you're from New England, you definitely recognize this. Funspot is located just down the street from Weir's Beach in Laconia, New Hampshire. It's one of the biggest classic arcades, I think, in the world. It's got everything here. I'm about to take it old school. Funspot's also the home of the American Classic Arcade Museum, which is also cool. Look at all this old stuff. I am looking for a Fonzie pinball machine. I want to hit it with my elbow, just like the Fonz. Hey! Funspot opened its doors in 1952. I've been coming here since the early 1980s. So I haven't been here from the beginning, but I'm old school. Now this is what I'm talking about. We're gonna need a bigger token. If you guys haven't seen this movie, you need to check it out. It's an awesome documentary. It's about a tournament that was actually filmed here at Funspot. It's a competition on who is the best Donkey Kong player in the world. Filmed here at Funspot. Great movie. Check that thing out. It's a little cloudy today, but this is Weir's Beach. Well, we're about a half an hour early for the MS Mount Washington to arrive here at Weir's Beach Port. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here till 3 o'clock, but hopefully we'll get a glimpse of the boat. It's pretty cool. Now, if we were out here last week, we wouldn't have been able to walk around too well because it was bike week, motorcycle week. A bunch of Harleys, a bunch of Hondas, a bunch of Kawasaki's. Just a bunch of bikes everywhere. This whole street was closed down to car traffic. It was just people walking around. Would have been cool, but I don't have a bike, so I didn't come. This is very odd. This whole arcade right now is abandoned. There's nobody in here. It's not even open. This is strange. I spent many and many a days when I was a kid here playing video games and stuff. Look at this. All the machines are off. It's all police taped. Do you guys remember the old surf coaster, the water park? Well, you can buy it. It's for sale. Look, some of it's still standing right there. That's part of the old surf coaster. That's one of the towers. Welcome to Wolfeboro, the oldest summer resort in America. I'm from Weston, but not this one. Lake Winnipesaukee here in Wolfeboro. I spent many a day water skiing on this beautiful lake. I used to camp on this lake as well, Camp Belknap. And my parents had a rental house for about 15 years, I believe, at Red Gate Colony Club here on Lake Winnipesaukee in Wolfeboro. Wolfeboro is beautiful, except it's one of those places if you blink and you miss it. It's so tiny, but so quaint. All those summers I was coming up here to Wolfeboro, I'd never been to this place. But I've always been told there's a good place to stop in. I'm gonna check it out. I got the Stoneface IPA. It's out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And it's a pretty fine beer.
Anything but our waitress. She's not.
Red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rockin' all of the time. I went to camp here back in the late 80s. 2 stories I remember from this place. One, I broke my collarbone right before I came to camp one year, and I couldn't swim that whole summer, for those 2 weeks I was here. And the second one was my friend Seth Hayes and I, we sunk a sailboat out in the lake. We actually pulled the stopper in the bottom of the boat, and the sailfish sunk to the bottom of Lake Winnipesaukee. True story. I'm not going to go down this road because I have no kids in this car, and I'm 42 and alone, and that seems kind of creepy. So this is a place, Red Gate Colony Club. Figure I'm going to take a ride down here and look at the old homestead, the place that my folks and I, well, they paid for it in the 80s and 90s for about 15 years on Lake Winnipesaukee. Still looks the same, I'm sure. So I'm gonna take a ride down here and see how it looks. That's the house we rented when I was a kid. My parents should have bought it. I'm telling you. A lot of good memories of that house. If you do your research about New England weird roadside attractions, this is in the book. It's the Frog Rock. Now everybody knows you don't come to the Lakes region without stopping at the Old Country Store. I've been coming here for years, ever since I was a young kid. This building is just full of really, really cool old stuff and penny candy. My favorite part of the store is all the old vintage, like 1950s and 1960s roadside signs. Just the advertisements on this stuff is just great art. Love it. There's no sharks or alligators up here in New Hampshire, but you can still buy them here at the country store. If you want to get loony here, they got lots of loons. The bare necessities of life will come to you. That right there is the most American wolf I've ever seen. In the lands of lakes and moose, you can also buy off-market lunchboxes from Disney, Marvel Comics, Star Wars, and DC Comics. Come on the sloop, John B. You can even buy a dashboard Jesus or a Bigfoot air freshener. I wonder what Bigfoot smells like. New Hampshire, just take my money. I really could use a new beer opener. Those are pretty good. I don't know, I do love magnets. Needless to say, this room smells very good. Alright, if it's free, it's for me, I'll do it. This looks like something out of Friday the 13th. I would make a Village People joke right now, but I really think that you guys are haunted. So this museum has a bunch of like nails and horseshoes. And they got washboards to do your clothes. More spikes and axe heads. This looks awesome. This is like vintage 50s advertising for some moccasins. I'd like to have this in my house. Maybe I'll change that to a, I don't know, some kind of Indian Pale Ale flag. Bad shout out to my Charlotte peeps. I'm such a history buff now, but I couldn't care about it back in high school and middle school. Right now I'm excited to read these books. And you can't go to the Old Country Store with buying an Old Country Store root beer. Look at all this penny candy. I wish I was a kid and still liked candy. This would just ruin all my new dental work.
Well, that's what caught my eye, so it must have used to look like that. All right, it's gonna be 49.
Yes, officer. I got a beer in the car. But the country store root beer. So I'm not going downtown tonight.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Well, I filled up the tank this morning. Just got home with a little bit under half a tank. We went through some gas today, people. I got home just in time for wrestling. So I got a couple shirts today at the Old Country Store. Shirt number 1. It's a moose shaped like a patriot symbol. And the second shirt is the Old Country Store t-shirt. If you guys need some tokens from Funspot, I got about $5 or $6 worth still if you want to buy them off me. Oh man, look at that leftover turkey. I can't wait to dive into that. And that cornbread with the maple syrup inside of it. Oof. Oh yeah. Double mash. Got another biscuit. And I got some cranberry sauce. I'm probably gonna have weird turkey-related dreams tonight. I've had so much turkey today. Turkey for breakfast. Why not?